money. Money, money, money.
Crazy about my money. Crazy about my money.
Welcome back to my channel. This is Sisu Claudia Budgets, and if you're new here, thank you for coming by. So today, you guys, I know it's already October 5th, and as you can see on the time, I could not get any sleep. I was reviewing kind of some of your guys' videos, like, you know, closing out the month, and I was watching Two Sister Bees. I will post their link below, and they had this freebie here. It's called the end month summary, and I really wanted to try it out, but let's just say trying to what is it called, reconcile my budget for the month of September was a little painful, because I kind of wasn't like cash stuffing. I wasn't well, I hate to say I wasn't tracking either, but because I did track a little bit, and there is like a mobile app that I use as well for when I don't have my notebook or my budget binder to track. I'll definitely take like a screenshot and show it right here. Okay, but I think it's called simple envelopes or something. But yeah, let's just kind of see what happened in the month of September. I just want to double check my income and everything's in frame. Okay, cool. So I am trying to be a bi-weekly budgeter, you know, like budget by paycheck. I get paid twice a month, every 2 weeks. And here you can see that I did have a few unexpected add-ons, but excuse me, yeah, I got paid on the 7th for what I thought was gonna be $1,500. I actually got $1,642, and I know there's cents here, but hey, it was a freebie Excel sheet, and I was like, all right, let me just try to make it to the penny. I did receive like a mileage check, a small one, for $22.80, and then I received my second paycheck for $15.01.19. And so this column shows my expected, and of course, you know, we always try to aim low for our expected income, and then our expenses we always round up, you know, or yeah, round up pretty much to try to have a buffer, right? So I don't want to bore you with too much math, but this is going to be kind of like an end month summary video, kind of be like, what the heck have you been doing, Claudia, for the month of, let's just say, August and September, but this is September's end of month summary. And then in my next video, you'll see a well, actually it's inspired by Seriously Savings for like a pre-budget video. I'm expecting another paycheck in about 5 days on October 10th, but right here, this, I usually wouldn't have had this. This is basically, I started back school in in September. So there was definitely, I've been saving for quite a bit for my MSW tuition. And you'll see why I have so many, different numbers here. You're like, whoa, Claudia, you know, what's your income and what's what? So usually I wouldn't have this much of a higher cash inflow or income inflow and then expenses. But yeah, I didn't really actually, you know, put in like what my budgeted amount would have been for my cash envelopes, because I did kind of do digital this time. I don't want to say big mistake, but it was a process to try to get all my receipts, you know, use my online envelope app or, you know, budget tracker to kind of figure out what transaction led to what. And I could definitely show you guys that in my binder as well. But yeah, so from the cash inflow / sinking fund, I basically had pulled out $2,000 that I had saved for my MSW tuition. I am currently considered a second year of a 3-year program, so I'm almost there. Hold on. what's it called? 2,000, yeah, 2,000 for my Ally account, my high yield savings account. Sorry, I'm just like, it was just a lot. Let me show you. Here you go. So yeah, I have this page from 2 Budget Bees. Of course, I like had to add on to it, and I'll go through it, but let's just talk about the cash inflow or the sinking funds, which is for my savings accounts. For that one, my cash inflow is basically, because I have a Chase savings account and an Ally, there was a few times where I had made, let's just say, transactions, and I have like, it's not the overdraft protection, but basically, yeah, it's the overdraft protection that it'll pull from your savings. So a few times in the month of September, I did request either to pull like 400, 633, you know, maybe the overages for certain transactions. So that's the cash Chase inflow, right? Cash inflow. Okay, so that's 1,000, sorry guys, $1,074.70. So just so you guys can kind of see where this money is coming from, 633 plus 1133 plus $30.38 plus 400. Yeah, that gets me to the $1,074.71. Which you're like, okay, but where's the other one? Yeah, the $2,000 from my Ally savings account plus $2,000. I just want to say, you know, it did take a while, a few months of saving, and you know, I have an amazing partner who really has taken the reign on like some of the bigger bills, and you know, just you know, a lot of support for my family for my school tuition. I'm trying to avoid pulling out a student loan, so yeah, but let's try to not make this a family, not a family story, but like a long video. Okay, so that's the and $74.71. You're like, okay, Claudia, but you're still missing some, right? That is where I had a I actually had deposited some cash envelopes for my pending transactions in September. So that's the plus 140, and you'll see it a little bit in my expense trackers over here, which gets me to the $3,214.71. I'm still missing something, huh? Let's see. I'm like, watch, maybe I added it wrong somewhere. Let's see. See, guys, and I thought I did enough preparing on this one, but $341. So I'm missing what, $30 or so? I'm gonna have to double check that. I'm like, where's my cash inflow? Yeah, because the MSW 1500 right here, it's actually under my blessing. I did receive a a lump sum blessing for my tuition. It was not expected, so actually at that point, if I didn't have had this family member come through with that, I probably would have had to, you know, put it on my credit card and try to pay that off before I pull the whole student loan, right? So let's just add the 1,500 since I know where that's coming from. So I got the $4,714.71, and then I'm going to add PayPal. Oh yeah, I wanted to say thank you to Mystic Budgets. I won her giveaway, and she sent me Cash App. Thank you. And then I also cashed out some more. So thank you so much for that added income. It was a hard choice. I actually was window shopping before I won, and I was like, well, I might just send it back to you. But yeah, let's just say September came a little bit crazy. Okay, so that I added the $24.99, which is right here, the $1,500 plus the $24.99, And then I'm going to add my mileage plus $22.80. Okay, and so where are we now? We should be at 4,700. This is actually considered my take 2 for my end of month summary. Kind of go over what happened in the month of September. I had to pay for my tuition. You know, I did go over my savings inflow. Let me make sure I'm in frame. Yeah, my savings inflow. You know, there was a few transactions where I had to, you know, I transfer back from my savings account to my main checking account. I had $2,000 in my Ally high yield savings account. I transferred that back. That's my total in savings that I transferred back for tuition, as well as to cover any transactions in my checking. I also did receive an MSW tuition from a family member who, thank you so much. I honestly was trying to save throughout the last, well, I'm considered year 2 of a 3-year program. But my family member helped me and they gave me $1,500. I also had some cash envelope funds from the month of August that I had deposited in the beginning of September, like September 6th. So that kind of shows you right here where I had a cash inflow, I guess you could say, of $4,714.71. Mind you, this is not something like a normal thing for my budget. It's just that tuition, it was roughly $5,900. I did also receive $20. I won Mystic Budgets giveaway. Thank you. And I had I got it from PayPal, so I also cashed out. I think I had like $5, $4.99. So that's what my income was. But yeah, there was basically kind of like some, let's just say some confusion with my budget, because I kept wondering, why is it that I had a checking balance of $184, but then based on my calculations, I want to make sure I'm in frame, y'all. Looks like I'm in frame, right? Yeah, budget, yeah. You know, I had a checking balance of $184, but then according to my budget sheet here, it showed that I should have had $156. So I was like, oh my gosh, I'm missing, or I cut $30 from somewhere. Let's see. So I didn't really do the best I could have done with the tracking throughout in my actual Excel tracking sheet. So basically most of it's pretty much like it was added to like my credit cards, and you know, and then I paid my bill. So you know, like my Discover card, it says $617, but most of it is like my gas, as well as like grocery money, some personal shopping, family shopping. You know, my other credit card, $95.70. You know, I cashed out on my last paycheck of September, which I believe was the 25th. Yeah, my chaos coordinator. I work in social services, so I say chaos coordinator. I got paid $1,501.19. So I did cash out $120 for future wallet stuffing. Let's see, I don't want this to get messed up. But let's see, my Ally account, you know, I tested $3.47, like a, what's it called? A zero balance budget, balance. I did that. And then, you know, I paid my girlfriend throughout the month, you know, rent, like for a mortgage and some bills here and there. So, you know, $500.79. Oh, this was personal shopping, the Karna, I think it's called. Karna from Temu. Y'all, Temu is kicking my butt. Just because even though it's nice to think like, what is it, every 2 weeks, $20 here and there. It's like, okay, when am I going to stop with the $20 here and there? You know what I mean? But yeah, so according to this Excel sheet, total income that came in was almost $8,000. Mind you, most of it was, you know, pretty much 4,700 of that came from savings. It came from savings accounts. It came from my cash envelopes. It came from a family member who, you know, sponsored me this semester. If it wasn't for that, it would have been my credit card. Okay. But let's see. There was something going on in my partake 1 attempt of this video where I was so confused. I was still saying, like, where is my $30? Like, why is it that I have $30 more? What was going on? So I literally, you guys are gonna laugh at me, but I literally did like the whole month of September with my checking and savings, withdrawals, deposits to figure out where did the $30 discrepancy came from. Well, technically $28.15, right? Oh, I wrote here because I did figure it out off camera since my camera stopped recording. But let's just see. Right over. Yeah, this is my first attempt when I did it on its own. But this is when I did part 1, part 2, and then part 2. Yeah, 1 of 2, 2 and 2. So my beginning balance. So what it was is that I forgot to roll over my checking account balance of August to September. So my beginning balance was $508.53. I'm not going to bore you by going over every transaction, but the discrepancy basically came from, let's see, it pretty much came from my main checking account. I have it set up for every time there's a deposit of $100 or more, I have it set to do like a minimum save transfer to my savings account of $25. So that's basically what happened. I had to really follow along every $25 that went to my savings, every transaction, of course, every deposit, you know, for my Ally savings account, my Paycheck, my chaos coordinator, that's what I call it, you know, my car insurance, like all these little payments, right? My auto save, you know, I had it saved automatically once a month for $300 to go to my savings account to try to save for my tuition. My tuition depends, you know, I'm in the state of California. It just depends on how many classes or units you're taking. It's hella expensive, okay? But basically that's what I had to do was I tracked down all the expenses. And the reason why these are pink highlighted, inspired by the Budget Mom, as well as Seriously Saving, is to kind of highlight what was like a personal or unneeded expense and what was like a needed or necessity expense. But yeah, part 2. So this is part 2 where I kind of figured out, yeah, my rollover for August. So by adding all the minimum savings and transfers going back and forth, I was able to figure out, let's just make sure you're in frame, the total income in, right, compared to what I thought my total income was going to be in, which was $77,905.79, right, which the discrepancy was like $400, right, compared to the out. What I actually put, like said, like withdrawals or transfers out was $8,199.53, but based on my Excel sheet, it was actually, let's make sure you're in frame still. I'm sorry, guys. $7,749.53, which was $450, right? That would have been like my buffer, or what would have been left over, which is pretty much what my August rollover. I mean, yeah, that's like $25, right? $28. So that's my buffer, or my August rollover. So what I did was I had to subtract from overall in with the overall out. Mind you, I felt like I was doing crazy statistics, okay? And it basically was $478 and 15 cents minus $450, literally even, which left me at $28.15. So you know how I was saying, where's my extra $28.15 compared to my checking balance of the end of September for my September end of month summary? It was, you can see here, $28.15, which is basically, it evens out or equals to the $28.15 overall with all the, excuse me, with all the income or savings deposits compared to all the month end withdrawals or transfer outs. So I was able to reconcile, but basically it shows that I did spend roughly about $450 on my August rollover. So there's that. Okay, I think that made sense, but now I understand. Like, I did change my minimum deposits, minimum saving deposits, so that I could control it and not be automatic. So right here, I didn't really fill out all of this just because I wasn't, as far as my monthly tracking in my wallet, I didn't do so well. Let's see, like August, September, there was a few transactions, and then I eventually added it to figure out how much did I kind of spend weekly so that I could figure out what I could try to budget myself for August. I do really want to narrow it down, but you know, we're almost at the end of this video. As far as month end or end month summary, you know, I'm gonna give myself probably like a C or a B plus on that, just because it did take me a moment to figure out what happened here. But I did summarize it to the reason why my budget end of month summary was such a problem or a concern for me was that the minimum savings that I had that caused the headache. And again, I just want to give a shout out to Mystic Budgets. Thank you. I enjoy your videos. And for my, you know, run marathon to my first giveaway of 100 subscribers, I do have 2 new entries that are going in for at Spice Budget and at Save with Alicia 2434. Thank you so much for your guys' comments and for liking my video. And from here on out, you know, check me out on Instagram at Sisu Claudia Budgets if you're interested. And I just wanted to ask you guys, how do you guys evaluate how you did at your end of the month pay period or your monthly budget? Answer below, comment below, send a like, and you know, to see if you guys got finished to the end of this crazy long video of my attempt of end month summary. If you guys could send or post a ghost emojis down below, and thank you. I just hope you guys have a great week. See you next time, and happy savings. Bye.
Money, money, money. Money, money, money.
Crazy about my money.